good, YouTube? You know who it is. Chris Jones, representing Pump Chasers. So before we start this workout video, just want to let you know, the sale on my coaching site ends on the 20th. We had a Valentine's Day weekend sale. That sale ends on the 20th. So you want to be one of my online clients. You ready to get crispy. You ready to get hoe ready. You just want some guidance in general. Hit me up at beastmode316.com. Use 15% off sale code VDAY15. I also have downloadable programs. So many people have DM'd me, sending me pictures, emails with their transformations off my programs alone, off my fat loss meal plans alone. And trust and believe, I got more things coming for you in the future to share. I've been doing this a while. You see me go gray. You're literally watching me go gray. I've been here for a minute. I'm here, baby. Let's get to work.
Beast mode.
All right, homies and homettes, let's jump straight into this workout routine. So here we are. We're starting off with some flat bench. Now, as you see, I'm experimenting with my technique. Wide grip, elbows flared, going old school, and I'm absolutely loving it. But that technique, that particular joint angle can be taxing on the ligaments. So keeping it light and slowly working my way up, being patient. Absolutely loving the journey. And let me tell you, the pump is crazy. You know, when you put yourself in that position, it's almost like you're pulling a slingshot. When I'm at the bottom like that, I feel all those muscles being pulled back like I'm pulling a slingshot. And I come up under control, just feel all that oxygen and blood just flooding the area. So I can see why so many bodybuilders from the golden era, so many bodybuilders from the 80s, so many bodybuilders from the 60s, why they look so good, and a lot of them wasn't really crazy strong like that. It's because they were really in the gym connecting with their body. They were really in the gym really making love to these weights. They wasn't trying to hit PRs for Instagram and shit like that because the social media didn't exist. They were really in the gym making the sweetest love to these weights. You feel me? So over here, shoulder pressing, fam. So we did flat bench, incline bench, and some shoulder presses, okay? Now we're doing dumbbell flies. Before we start the dumbbell flies, we're warming up. I think if more people warmed up before they did the flies, maybe they'll give them a try. Maybe they'll feel them, you know? Warm up, do some static holds, do some stretches, you know, get the central nervous system fired up, get that brain fired up, you know. Now here we are doing the flies. This is Shawna's like third or fourth time really giving this a try. We're keeping it light and we're slowly building. Remember, those tendons need to experience it. The ligaments gotta experience it. So don't be in a rush to hit PRs for dumbbell flies. Take your time. I'm showing Shawna right here. Once your stabilizers get real strong, you can do all kinds of awkward angles. You see this right here? When your stabilizers get strong and your joints are literally full of that fluid, you know, you got fluid movement, you can experiment with awkward angles. You know, we got a lot of false teachers online telling people bullshit like, don't be scared of these dumbbells. This is called bodybuilding, not just muscle building. There's an art to this, and I feel like a lot of the art is being lost. And hopefully we can bring that back over here, fam. So here we are doing side raises for the lateral head, side head of the delts. Remember, we're hitting those angles. Speaking of angles, hitting those rear delts. If you're not gonna hit the rear delts to get you a rounder looking shoulder, at least do it for the stability benefits. The posterior deltoid is great for stability, and that shit matters. I'm telling you it matters. So many details are overlooked in today's bodybuilding, okay? So here we are doing pec flies, really squeezing, really milking those reps. The pec fly, man, in my opinion, is one of the best pec machines out there. I mean, it's one of the best pec exercises out there. You're literally just taking the chest through its function, just straight horizontal adduction, really pumping those pecs. Unfortunately though, all pec fly machines are not equal. There are a lot of crappy pec fly machines out there. That's a whole other topic for a whole other day. So we just got done hitting chest and delts. Now we're finishing tries. Remember, push day is chest, delts, and tries. A little tip for cables: when you're doing like cable press downs, any kind of cable tricep work, try to get you a nice little pause, and that's gonna really help bring them details out versus just moving the weight. Try to get you a nice little 1 second pause. You know, if you're somebody who's lacking definition, lacking development, try pausing with those cables. See if that helps you out. That helped me tremendously, and it helped a lot of my clients, okay? Last movement for tries right here, get a little bit of dumbbell extensions. Not only is this great for the triceps, but it's really good for the elbows. Remember, the tendons and ligaments need stimulation as well. And that eccentric loading you put on your elbows with these dumbbells is really gonna help strengthen those elbows, assuming you use a nice controlled form. Now let me show you this little tip right here you're gonna see in just a moment. Notice I'm pointing at Shawna's back. Make sure you keep that back nice and stable, because remember, the triceps attach at the shoulder blades. So if your back's not stable, your shoulder blade's not stable, and that won't give you the best contraction. Bam! We need a moment of silence before we fuck up these weights.